not even 4 minutes into this book, and the tea has been spilled and it's piping hot, baby. Y'all, I understand what y'all was talking about when it came to the marriage favor. I am starting Shvonne Latrice's first book in the Crenshaw Kings. And at first I was starting off, I was like, ooh, okay, pastor's wife. Not sure. Shvonne said, don't worry. I'm going to give you 2 seconds to even catch the vibe. And baby, I caught it quick. Let me see what this is about, y'all. I know this man did not just say, the vows say for better or for worse. Because the vows also say forsaking all others. And you neglected that part. Like, you must have thought that part was like silent. But I heard it and I said it. And I'm pretty sure you did too. And yet here we are. Make it make sense, sir? You are a man of the Lord. You should know the verse back and forth and back. Hey y'all, I just want to say, is it a vlog? If I'm not in the car, giving you an update. So, I am reading popular books that I found on BookTube, and I started off with Shvonne Latrice's The Marriage Favor. Y'all, I have to tell you, everyone that I have ever seen has loved this book, with the exception of one person that I follow on Goodreads, and her sentiments and my sentiments are alike. I will tell you this. It is messy. It is drama-filled. It is funny. I understand it. It makes perfectly sense to me. However, I don't personally like what the carrying on and the going-ons in this book. I will tell you that I think I know myself, being a character-driven person. If I don't like the characters, I'm not gonna like the book. And there's some characters in here that I hate. Like, I hate them with every fiber in my being, and if I seen them out in the street any day of the week, I will put the pause on them. And I'm specifically speaking about Nori. Now, Nori isn't a main character. She is a side character that really don't deserve the time of day in this video, but I gotta talk about her. She is the girlfriend to Prime, and Prime is our male main character. Now, Nori, again, trash ass human being. This woman trapped this man and had a baby with him and hates her baby and doesn't want anything to do with him but wants to keep the man. Now, she's not doing a good job of keeping the man because he's sniffing around our female main character, Lasara. Now, one would think, okay, Lisa, you read a lot of cheating tropes. This should be right up your alley. One would think that. However, I don't like a lot of the carrying on, like I said. Lasara, I understand, girl, you have had a time, baby. Your life and the choices that you're currently making, I understand how we got here. However, I do not like the fact that you are like, oh, I'm a girl's girl, like, don't, he has a woman, he has a woman, he has a woman. Let it go. Let it go, because all your actions are not following through with that. And you do have those moments where Lasara is like showing she's a girl's girl, like telling her son's girlfriend, hey, sometimes you gotta let the boy go. Like, let him go, and you find your happiness because he fooling around and he acting up. Like, telling her, hey, even though that's my son, you ain't gotta stay with him. I know he trifling. Like, I appreciate that. But what I don't appreciate you is not checking that son. That son is running rampant in your house. And yes, you got 6 boys and you raising them on your own right about now. And Prime is going to come in and help you, what I assume. I've DNF'd the book at this point. It's 50% in. I've got to go. But the thing about it is, Kiari is grown. Let him go. Let him figure out. He want to be in the streets so bad. Let him be in the streets. You're not finna disrespect me and my household and have your little brothers watching this. You got to go. Then I think about Prime. Now, I'm wondering how Prime is everybody's man, and he's a hypocrite. Like, everything you say, oh, this not gonna fly, you doing it. I don't really like that. I do like that you was raised right, and you like, hey, I'm gonna take care of my people. B, I'm gonna be a good father. C, I'm gonna step in and help you as a woman, but also as somebody that I'm trying to be with. Like, this is a marriage of convenience, and it's truly convenient for Lasara. Baby, she is on the up and up. She is winning at this point, and the man is like, I'm treating this like it's the real deal because I'm only doing this once and you the one. So I'm conflicted, being that the writing and the way that Shvonne is writing this makes a ton of sense. It's so real and so raw, and I appreciate the storytelling and I'm captivated by it, but the characters are really pissing me off, and I really don't want to continue to sit through this. And I actually had the entire series reserved for me to read. I'm not gonna make it. Book 2 is Kiari's. I don't want to see him get a redemption arc. I don't want to see Coulter go through the things she got to go through in order to be with this man. I don't want to have to experience that and read that. Like, so I'm going to DNF it, like I said, at 50%. It is, I believe, 400 pages. It's at least 15 hours. I can't stick around. But what I will be reading, I am picking up to swap this out. It seems very similar, which would be Charity Shane's 81. Now, I've also been seeing this make its rounds on Instagram, and so far I'm loving it. I'm only one chapter in, and you would think that's not enough. You enjoyed chapter 1 of The Marriage Favor. I did. Like I told you, the book is good. I understand why people like it. I just don't like the characters. Now, in this one, I'm already captivated. Baby, we're cutting off fingers in the first part. It also has Marriage of Convenience, I'm pretty sure, and our female main character, I'm pretty sure she has a medical condition in which she has a bucket list and she's checking things off. And I'm pretty sure this man is going to be the one to help her reach one of her couple of her bucket list items, actually, which is why it's known as 81. So I'm very, very interested to see how this goes down. And I'll be coming back to give you more of my thoughts. Talk to you soon. Hey y'all, it has been a week since I did a check-in with you. I have since finished Charity Shane's 180 and I really enjoyed it. First, let me say that Gideon is that dude. He does not play about his wife. No matter if he knew her or not, when he saw her, he knew she was the one. And it just so happened that all of the stars aligned and they were able to get married in Vegas. So this is a marriage and convenience trope. It is also a marriage in Vegas. So if that is your jam, I suggest that you pick it up. This had a lot of family drama, and once you read the book, you know what I mean, because Gideon is one of the brothers that is, really dedicated to seeing his father's business continue to thrive. But he has two other brothers, one which is DeMarcus, the middle brother, that really has that middle child syndrome. And then you have Keyshawn, who has the baby syndrome, and he's not really putting in the effort to make things go right. So all of this is really on Gideon's shoulder, on top of the fact that he is being pressured to marry. And so he takes this marriage seriously. When I tell you that he does not play about his respect, nor does he play about his wife. She was not used to having someone take care of her, and so she found it very, very hard. But one thing Gideon was not doing was playing that you get mad, you stump off. No, baby, we're married. If you're going to be mad, you're going to be mad in this house. And whatever you need, I can provide it for you. And I mean anything. If you need me to ride for you and put someone in the dirt for you, I'm gonna do that. But if you need my kidney, if you need a lung, whatever you need, I am that provider. Gideon really did come through. Again, he was a man about his business. He was also, like I said, he didn't play that disrespect. I am actually very, very glad that Cherry Shane did something a little bit different. Usually when we have siblings, they typically get the subsequent relationships, the subsequent books, but in this, she said, blood is not always thicker than water. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the next one in the series his best friend. So I'm very interested in Bree and Amon's relationship. Amon is Gideon's right hand, and he starts to have interest in Rianne's cousin Bree, and I think their relationship actually overshadowed Gideon's and Rianne's a little bit in this book, because I just felt the chemistry and the banter between them. So I will be reading 182. I just wanted to take a break because I only have the 2 in the series, so I'm not really sure when we're going to get the next one, but 181 was definitely a good time. I really enjoyed it. And now I am picking up Sinful Vow by Asia Monique. I actually have a special edition, so let me grab that real quick. This one has been on my TBR for I can't tell you how long. This one is an arranged marriage. So I've been reading a lot of Marriage and Convenience, but this one is an arranged marriage. And this is 2 Italian families that are a part of this Black syndicate mafia clan. Now, these 2 families are in need of an alliance to make themselves stronger. What I really love about what Asia is doing in this book is that each one of the syndicates in this particular organization are the heads of their own particular mafia clans. So you have 2 Italian clans, you have a Yakuza, you have a Irish mob, and I believe the Bratva. So all of those traditional mafia storylines, but make it Black, and I'm here for it. So in this, you have Enzo, who is a part of the Bianchi family. His father is like, hey, I need to form an alliance and I need to marry my son off. And he comes to the clan and his father is like, okay, well, who will take my son? Now, Lucia is a part of the Moretti family, and she is actually an assassin. So her father is like, okay, we're going to strengthen our alliance. Both of you all have some common enemies because both of them are a part of the Italian mafia, but they run their own type of businesses. Enzo is the head of casinos, and like I said, Lucia is a part of an elite assassination group, and so their alliance is going to be really, really strong. I also love that they have a really, really good chemistry. The sexual tension between the 2, the fight for dominance is very present on the page. I think Asia Monique is doing something extraordinary with this series, and a lot of people like it. I think that this cover is gorgeous. So I'm going to continue reading, get my thoughts together, and I'll come back to let you know how I fare with Sinful Vows. So I'm back to tell you all that Sinful Vows is everything y'all said it was going to be. This is the creme de la creme. When we talk about we're looking for a mafia romance, I'm not sure what the girlies are suggesting, but if they're not suggesting Sinful Vows by Asia Monique, what are we talking about? Personally, I go into stories knowing that I'm going to fall in love with the MMC. I automatically come into a romance thinking that the author is going to write him to where that becomes my man. But what I did not think is that I was going to come in and I was going to ride 10 toes down for Lucia. Like, this woman here, you know, went toe for toe, like literally toe for toe with Enzo on everything until he got her to be able to like submit. And you know, that's the type of vibe that I'm on. I want my female main characters to be badass. There's no person that gives it as good as Lucia. Like, she is truly that girl. Lucia came in and she had delivered her husband the ultimate wedding gift. She was like, okay, husband, you know what I do. You know how I am. You know how I rock. I'm going to do you a solid and I'm going to take out somebody that been causing you issues, because when they mess with you, they messing with me, because now we are one. Y'all, once that happened, I said, oh, yeah, that's the vibe. But it wasn't even just that. Lucia came in, and yes, I'm going to ride. I'm standing for her. Like, she is the vibe, and Enzo matches the vibe. When I tell you, the man said, hey, I know you can take care of yourself, but baby, when you're a me, you don't have to. Literally, he told her, all I want you to do is wear the crown on your head. Keep your head held high. When you point and when you tell me to sick 'em, I got you, baby. Don't even ask a question. If you point, I'm shooting. But I'll get back to Enzo in a minute, because we're here to talk about Lucia. Again, I'm a stan at this point. When we talk about the creme de la creme, the women that I want to see in my books on the pages, it's women like Miss Moretti, now Mrs. Bianchi, because this woman, when she met Enzo for the first time, and let me tell you, Asia Monique knows how to throw some twists in there, because I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. You snuck that on me. And I like that. Asia. When she met Enzo, she said, baby, you may see the Glock in my bag, but I got a surprise for you. And y'all know, I don't like this in real life. Let me just make sure I say that. I'm not a fan of this in real life. I haven't never had it because it's not really something I expect. But knife play, you know, blood play, ooh, wee. I said, oh, I'm fat, Asia. The spice between the two, the chemistry. And let me also further remind you, the tension, the control, the banter, as I said earlier, these two have it. And it's not really until you get probably about 50% of the way that the actual action really happens. And that is good, because I'm looking for it early and often. But the chemistry between the two, they were able to tease that out for me until like 52%. And anytime you can do that, baby, I'm in rapture. Like, you've got me hemmed up against the wall. Which, you know, Enzo did that to her too, because a hand necklace was never far in this couple. Like, they love them down. Enzo, again, this man is a made man. He's a self-made man. Let's go ahead and go there. He knows that, yeah, I got a woman who is true. Like, she is loyal. And I'm loyal right back with her. The man exudes BDE. Like, I love their kinship. I love the side characters, right? I, as a person, knowing that there's six books that's in the series already, like, I have to go and see what I can see, because there's a lot to be done here. And of course, me being the person I am, I had to go like see what I can see. There's 6 books out, so I needed to know who getting a book next. Do we get Mateo's book? Does Brandon get a book? Rocco and Gaia, let me tell you, Asian Monique, you foul for that, because you know we are waiting with bated breath to see when Rocco and Gaia was up to that weekend. Like, we want to know. But you tease it out until book 6. We start meeting characters that I ain't never heard of. And you mean to tell me I gotta wait 5 more books until I can get to them? You got it, boss. I'm gonna read it. You know I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna read it in order too. So when I see you, I'm gonna have something to talk with you about, because why would you do me like that? So all in all, Sinful Vows is the way to go. Now, I know that this is supposed to be a popular book series. However, I did start Grown Folks Confession by Sherelle Green. This is not as popular as I want it to be. Look at this beautiful couple. Like, I'm not understanding why people aren't talking about this. So I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm going to manifest that this series is going to blow up at some point. Now, granted, I think it's been out since like 2021 or 2022. But she's going to be at Black Romance Book Festival. And I am hoping to be an advocate and spread the gospel of Grown Folks Confessions and all of the other subsequent books. Because I did pick the whole series up at Steamy LitCon, I believe it was last year. So if nobody's going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. So I'm going to put this book in here, and I'm going to manifest that it's going to be big, because it's starting off real well. This is the story of Aries, who is our main male character. His entire family has like Greek names. So he is Aries. You have Thaddeus, I believe. He has a whole bunch of cousins, and he has 2 brothers. Now, Aries this starts off when they are in high school. Very, very interesting concept, especially because it starts off with them 2 getting spicy. Now, you know me. This isn't young adult. This is very much adult. You see this grown man? Now, I'm not saying that I don't read young adult. I dabble in it a little bit. But it does get a little bit sticky when you start talking about characters that are young, that are engaging in adult activities. So I'm going to rock with Sherelle, and I'm going to see where she's going to go. Because ultimately, I know we're going places here. Now, Aries has kind of been jonesing for Layla. Like, he has been spinning with her. And she has always played him to the left. She was always like, no. That's not it. So one day she was like, actually, I want to give it a try. I want to see what the girls in high school be talking about you. And again, that's a little strange because, again, I am an adult, and I know that these people on the cover are adults. So, like, I wasn't expecting this to go back to them at the end of their sophomore year going into junior year. Like, I wasn't prepared for us to start there. But, like I said, I'm going to rock with it. Now, in this is about a group of cousins and brothers. There's, like, a ton of them that have this type of celebration. Like, they celebrate regular holidays, but they also celebrate like naughty holidays. So Sherelle says, like, they celebrate National BDSM Day. They celebrate National 69 Day, which is how Layla and Aries get together. Now, again, Aries has been wanting Layla, and she has never given him the time of day until National 69 Day. And she's like, actually, I want to try this out with you because I want to use you as a tester for the person that I'm preparing to meet in my summer internship. And I have been talked about bad by my ex. Like, my ex has dogged my name in the street. He told me that I wasn't a good lover, and my confidence isn't where it needs to be. And I think you can help me with that. And by all means, Aries is like, yeah, I'm the man for the job. Sign me up. And so they go on this rendezvous. And again, the whole time Layla's like, I know you like me, but I don't think you know I like you. But I'm gonna see what it do. Now, they go in that rendezvous, and then she goes off to this internship. She comes back to the internship, and Aries is like, okay, it's on. Like, we finna be together. This finna be it. We gonna run the town. We gonna run the school. It's gonna be good times. Like, we locked in. Until Right now where I'm at, she comes back in town with a new boyfriend, and a new boyfriend happens to be somebody that is on the basketball team with Aries, which is going to be messy. And I am here for the mess. I am here to see what these two got going on, because I think it is a right person, wrong time throughout history. So they're going to have a couple of interactions and encounters. Them in high school, I'm assuming it's going to be them in college, and now until they're grown. So I'm very interested to see what Grown Folks Confessions is talking about, because each one of the confessions are actually hilarious. Like, Sherelle Green knows how to get me laughing, because let me give you one in particular. So the one that I liked was for chapter 3. It says, growth is not punching my neighbor for taking my water delivery, but rather letting my dog shit all over their freshly paved driveway before tramping over their new garden. Yes, honey, that's growth, because I could come over here and tag you, but I gotta live next door to you. So I'm gonna do the neighborly passive aggressive and let you know, hey, we're in war. So this is hilarious to me. I can't wait to see what else Sherelle Greens has to pack in this book, and I'll come back and let you know. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I have finished Grown Folks Confessions, and it was messy. Like I said when I ended the last clip, the mess was just getting started. I did not know how much it was going to hit the fan, but Sherelle Green really did take off after we met Brian and Audra came into play. Now, Brian isn't a factor, but Audra is, and you got to buckle up and be prepared for the foolishness that Sherelle is going to bring. I'm very conflicted because the pacing of this book is terrible. I realized that part of that is on me. This is it's its own series. It's the Hood, or it's the Naughty Season series. And this is following the Hood family. So Aries Hood this book is the first one. But truly, to understand the going on in this book, you have to kind of read the Crown series. And I believe the Crown series is like 9 books. And I didn't know that at the time, that it was kind of a spinoff. But to me, a good portion of the chemistry of some of these characters and how it plays into the bigger universe that Sherelle is setting up, it was missed on me. So I was really confused. Like, the pacing seems weird and strange. And that doesn't mean that it's not. There's still some issues here. And I felt like this could have been clarified, either maybe fleshed more out with flashbacks, but I don't know what to say. Like, the confessions, right? So at the start of each chapter, Sherelle writes a confessions, and those hit. Like, they were funny, they were poignant, they hit the mark. I resonated. I really enjoyed those. The way in which she was writing the two characters and their connection, I saw it. Like, I saw that Layla and Aries really were soulmates, and they had been since they were childhood, from the childhood, because it kind of gives that vibes of like childhood best friends. Like, she would go stay at his house and fall asleep because she had terrible parents, which didn't come into play until we were after the 50%. And it really truly didn't take off on her backstory with her parents until we got to like the 87% mark, or actually, I'm going to say the 90% mark. And I was like, girl, why did you throw that in there like that? But I think that their chemistry as the two characters made a ton of sense. But damn it, Sherelle, you didn't have to drag us through the mud like this. Like, yes, I started this off saying like right person, wrong time. But that second act conflict, unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. Realistic, I understood. But I feel like by the time we rolled around, I was like, oh, we should just call it quits. Like, we don't need to be together. Like, we love each other. And yes, we could always want each other, but we actually don't need to be together because it's too much. And Jade is messy as hell. Like, yeah, you my homegirl, and I appreciate you for looking out for me, but baby, let sleeping dogs lie. I just don't know how to feel, y'all. I also don't know how to feel knowing what I know about Audra, and she gets her own book in this series. Messy. Yeah. So I don't really know how to feel about this. I'm just gonna give y'all my final thoughts and saying that like the spice, spicing, the drama, dramatic, the writing left something to be desired. I will be continuing on with this series. However, if I had to rate this book, I don't know if I want to give it like a 2.5, maybe a 3. I understood. It just wasn't for me. So I'm going to ask y'all to do me a favor. Leave me a butterfly emoji for this particular book. You will know once you get to the end that there's a significance of a butterfly. Leave me a butterfly emoji, or tell me a popular book that you've been dying to get into. I thought I probably should have picked up Capone by Jacquel J, but I knew that if I read that, this video would be longer than a century because once you start, you have to read the entire thing, and I don't got that type of time. So let me know if you have a book that's very, very popular that you want to get into, but you've been hesitant to do. And I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.